We have discussed meaning of business finance, need for business finance, why we need finance in the business, and what type of our needs are there for as regarding finance. So we require two types of funds. One is fixed capital funds and one is working capital funds we require. Now we will classify the sources from where we can get the funds, and on different basis we will be classifying them. So first basis of classifying the sources of fund is period basis, means for how long you can get money, then ownership basis, and then last one will be source of generation basis, from where you can get the money. So now sources of funds means first thing from where you can get the money, you can get the finance. So now see, on the periodical basis, there are three types of sources. One is long-term source. It includes the sources which are required by the business for a period exceeding 5 years. So the sources, just a minute please. So long-term sources means the funds which you can get for more than 5 years, like whatever finance you are getting from shares or from debentures or whatever long-term loans you are taking from banks or some other financial institution, that are your long-term sources. Whenever you will be issuing shares, obviously you will issue them either for the whole of the life of the company, or sometimes if you are issuing preference shares, then it may be at least for 10 to 20 years. So the time period of the capital which you will be getting through these sources will be for long term only, and it will be exceeding at least 5 years. Then medium term sources, the time period of these funds will be between 1 year to 5 years. Between 1 year to 5 years. So whatever funds you are getting from medium term sources, that will be with you for more than 1 year, but within the span of 5 years, you have to pay that back. For example, borrowings from commercial banks, public deposits, etc. So if you are taking loan from bank, you have an option that you can take a loan for a time period of more than 5 years. Then it will become long-term source. If you are taking a loan which you will be paying back within a period of 5 years, then it will be called a medium-term source. And short-term source means that it includes the sources which are required for a period not exceeding 1 year. So whatever fund you are getting, that you will be returning within a period of 1 year, that will be termed as short-term source. For example, commercial paper, treasury bills. So these all actually are instruments of the financial market: public deposits, commercial paper, treasury bills, and we will be discussing them in detail in the further part of this chapter. That's why I'm not explaining their meaning right now, because in short it will not be possible to explain them, and in detail we will be discussing them separately in the coming topics. Now next is ownership basis. So on the basis of ownership, we can classify the funds into two categories. One is owner fund and one is borrowed funds. Now what is owner fund and what is borrowed fund? So capital which is invested by the proprietor or entrepreneur or the shareholders of the company, that is termed as owner fund. Like if you are starting sole proprietorship business, so whatever capital you are investing into the business, that will be termed as owner fund. Or if suppose you are starting partnership business, then that partnership business will also be that capital which you are introducing the business as partner, that will be called owner fund. So same is the case with the company also. Shareholders are the owners of the company, and whatever capital they are investing in the company, that will be termed as owner fund. Now how the shareholder invest in the company? Shareholders invest in the company by purchasing shares of the company. So it is a permanent source of finance. Obviously, owner will keep his money invested in the business till the end of the business. Before, until and unless the business get closed, he will not withdraw his capital from the business. Then it provides right to control. Now, if suppose you are the proprietor of the business, you are investing money to the business, you have a control over the each and every activity of the business. You are the only one who will decide what to purchase, how to purchase, from where to purchase, at what price I should sell, how much my profit should be there. Each and everything you will decide. It is in your control. You have the decision making power. No one can interfere with your within your powers into your business affairs. So then, if you are a partner, obviously the person who is a partner in the business, he has the control over the affairs of the business. He can participate in the business. He can affect the decisions in the business. So he will also have a controlling power in the business. Same way, if you are a shareholder and you have invested money into any company, you will also get right to control. How you get right to control in the company? You will be getting some voting power. You will be getting some voting power, and whatever the task company wants to do, they will first pass that through resolution, ordinary resolution or special resolution in the meetings of the company. And when the shareholders authorize, only then the company will be able to perform the required task. Now, what are the examples of owners' funds? Equity shares, preference shares, retained earnings. Retained earnings, I will give you a little idea. In the chapter financial statements, you have calculated net profit. That net profit, if the company retains it with itself only, if it doesn't distribute that net profit among the shareholders, that profit is called retained earnings. GDRs, ADRs, Global Depository Receipts and American Depository Receipts. This also will be coming in the further topic. Then we will discuss at that time. Now, next category is borrowed funds. So, borrowed funds, you simply understand that whatever money you are borrowing from any bank or from any other company, from any other firm, from any friends or relatives, so that all is constituted as borrowed funds. So funds raised through loans are known as borrowed funds. These funds are provided for a specified period. Obviously, who will be giving you loan? He will be that institution will be specifying the period. First, you will be asked also for how much long you are asking the money, for how much long you are borrowing the money. So what will be the term of the loan? That is always decided before giving the loan. There is a legal obligation to pay interest at a fixed date. Now, one difference is there between owner fund and borrowed fund, that if you have borrowed, you have a legal obligation. Means you are bound to pay the interest, whatever rate of interest you have fixed, you have decided or you have contracted at the time of borrowing, you are bound to pay that interest. You cannot say that because I am not having any profit or I am not having sufficient profit, I will not be able to pay your interest. You have to pay it on the due date, and it is a compulsory payment. Even if you are not having profits, or even if you are not having sufficient profits, even then you are supposed to pay the amount of interest and principal amount also on the due date. But in the case of owner fund, like suppose if you are sole proprietor, if you are earning profit, you will get the profit. But if you are not able to earn the profit, then you will not be able to get the profit. So same is the case with shareholders also. If the company will earn profit, you will get a profit. You will get a share of profit. But if the company is not earning profit, or sometimes even if the company is earning profits, company is not bound to distribute the profits. Company can retain the profits for its expansion purpose or for any other business purpose. But in case of borrowed funds, company cannot deny the payment. They have to pay the interest as well as the principal amount. Now coming to third type, source of generation basis. So as regarding source of generation basis, first thing is how you are generating that fund. Like I come from the beginning. If I talk about shares, how you are generating share capital by selling the equity shares or preference shares of your company in the market to the shareholders, to the investors. So they will be purchasing the shares and they will give you money. Same is the case with long-term sources. Here also you will find the example is shares. So share are owner fund. You will issue the shares and you will get the money. Then debentures, you will issue the debentures and you will get the money. So debentures is a part of borrowed funds. Long-term borrowing is part of borrowed funds. You have borrowed it from the bank or from any other financial institution or from any other company or any other firm from where you are borrowing. So these all you are generating through some instrument, through some contract. Then medium term sources, again you are borrowing, contract will be there. Commercial paper, treasury bills, like you are giving shares. Here you are not giving shares, you are issuing some document that is termed as commercial paper and treasury bills. So it is simply a document, how it is and what are the terms and conditions of commercial paper and treasury bills that we will be discussing later. So now source of generation basis means how you are generating the funds, from where you are generating the funds. So first source is internal and second source is external. So there are only two ways of generating funds. So how you will generate the funds internally? It includes all the sources which are generated from within the business. And the only example in this category is retained earnings. Now again you are doing business, and when you are doing business obviously you will be earning some profit. So whatever profit you are earning, either you will distribute that profit among the partners or among the shareholders, whatever the case may be. If you distribute it, then fine. But if you don't distribute it, suppose you have earned a profit of rupees 5 lakh. So then if you're not distributing that profit among the shareholders, then company will be keeping that profit money along with itself. And that's why it is termed as retained earnings. So it is the only internal source of generating funds, because you have done your business, you have earned some profit, that profit has been kept for the further investment purpose in the business. Now the external source. So all sources which we have discussed, it may be owner fund, it may be borrowed fund, it may be long-term sources, it may be short-term sources, medium-term sources, whatever money you are getting from the outside of the business, that is termed as external sources. So debentures, public deposits, loans from commercial banks, these all are external sources. These all are external sources. Yes, please, still here. Any query from anyone? As far as I am understanding your question, you are saying that if the company will be in loss, then it can increase the rates of shares. It is not possible practically. The share price depend upon the market, the demand and supply of the share. Now, when the demand will increase, the demand will increase when the company will be earning good amount of profits. Why the demand will increase? Because the company is earning good amount of profits, and who will get that profit? Who will get the share out of that profit? The person who has shares of that company. So obviously more and more person will be desiring to purchase the shares of that company which is earning good amount of profits. That's why the demand will increase. And if the demand gets increased, obviously the price will go up. But if the company is in loss, then many are there who don't believe in the company and they will start leaving that company. They will start selling the shares of that company. They will leave that company. Nobody wants loss. So the number of suppliers will increase in the market. And when the suppliers will increase, obviously, the prices will go down because no buyers are there, or you can say less buyers are there, but the suppliers are more. So in that particular sense, the price will go down because you are earning loss and no one wants to invest in your company. So in that case, share price will go down. So I hope I have answered your query. Okay.